The Fallen State is amazing. Subscribe now.
Restless, I am so restless, and this changing world leaves me speechless. I am lost for words, but I kept mine.
Teen blogger Amos Yee was back in court today, and this time he's been charged for allegedly wounding the religious feelings of Muslims and Christians. Altogether, Yee faces 8 charges, including 2 for failing to report to Jurong Police Division for investigations. A pre-trial conference has been set for Monday. The prosecution lawyer had asked the judge to fix an early date, noting that Yee had upped the tempo and offensiveness of his posts in a bid to gain attention. The 17-year-old is out on bail.
Welcome to The Fallen State. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. My guest today fled his country and is no stranger to controversy. I have with me Amos Yee, a teenage blogger and YouTuber from Singapore. So is your real name Amos, or did you get that name as a result of coming here?
Nah, it's always been Amos.
Oh,
It's Catholic name, so yeah, my family is Catholic, so yeah, they gave me that.
I thought Amos was a black name only.
No, I think it's one of the prophets in the Bible.
That's
the
right.
book of
There's
Amos,
one.
so yeah.
Yeah, okay. And so my show is called The Fallen State, F-A-L-L-E-N, Fallen State.
Sure.
Do you believe that human beings are in a fallen state?
What do you mean by that?
They have fallen away from God.
I think, sure. I think they're becoming progressively more so, but if that's your definition of fallen state, then I would say that's a good thing, because I'm
A good thing
atheist,
that they
so.
fell away from God?
Yeah, so.
And why is it a good thing they fell away from God?
Basically, yeah, I think religion is just a bunch of hogwash, belief in the sky wizard and like insane things. And I think that the virtue of logic and truth is important. And so anything that is opposes that, I think, shouldn't be advocated. So, and religion, I think, opposes much of that. So.
Have you always been an atheist?
No, only recently, about 2 years ago.
And you were a Christian prior to that?
I was a Catholic.
A Catholic. And what caused you to become an atheist 2 years ago?
Mostly propaganda from The Amazing Atheist. You know about him?
No.
Yeah, like a famous atheist YouTuber on YouTube, who I dramatically called you like the worst person ever in one of his videos. So
He called you?
called you.
Oh, he called
Yeah,
me?
yeah. When I was like searching like who's this guy who wants to interview me? So pretty funny.
What's his name again?
The Amazing Atheist.
And he called me the worst person?
Yeah, yeah. I think he was like debunking one of your Christian lectures. I think. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's amazing. And so you mentioned logic and truth. If you don't believe in God, where do you get your logic and truth from?
Where do we get the logic?
Where do you
and
get
truth?
yours from?
Basically what I consider, scientific evidence, anything that I think makes more sense in, trying to find the truth, which is, I think, like observable evidence and science.
And where do you get your values from if you don't believe in God?
That's a tough question, but I think that philosophy is simply just like a bunch of guesses until, we eventually science solves all the answers and we find what is objective morality. And so I think right now we just guess. We're just making guesses on, what is right, I think. Yeah.
You're 19 years old right now, right? Mm-hmm. 19. You used to live in Singapore. According to NPR, you fled Singapore last year because you were afraid of persecution.
Afraid? Yeah, sure.
And why were you afraid of persecution? Who were going to persecute you?
The Singapore government, because I was already arrested before for criticizing the Singapore government and religion, and so I still wanted to continue doing it. So, obviously I don't want to go to prison again, so came here.
And so you over there in Singapore, you were criticizing the government and religion, and as a result of that, you were arrested over there. Mm-hmm. And you were doing this on YouTube?
Yeah, basically Yeah, the stuff that I post online on YouTube and Facebook.
And so did they come to your house late in the night to get you? How were you arrested?
They came during the day.
Oh, they
Yeah,
did?
most of the time, in surprise. So, yeah.
And so they just showed up one day. And were you were surprised when they showed up?
Sure, I was surprised.
And what did they say to you? Knocked on your door, rang the doorbell, and said what?
They started like taking my stuff and then said that I had to go to the police station and
How long were you in jail?
I went in and out, but total about 3 to 4 months.
Really?
In Singapore prison.
Is there a difference? I know you've been in jail here too. We'll get
Oh,
to
yeah.
that. We'll get to that in a minute. What's the difference between the jails in Singapore as compared to the U.S.?
Oh, American jail is far, far better. So although I spent like a third of the time in Singapore jail compared to America, it's actually, I think my experience in Singapore jail was far worse than while I was in American jail. And in Singapore jail, it's just like 1 cell and 3 cellmates, and that's it.
Right.
No books, no board games or chess, or a lot of ventilation. So yeah, pretty horrible experience. So.
And then over here is what?
Over here, it's like it's a common area of like 30 people. Board games, chess, TV. So far better. Yeah.
Like a nice vacation.
You could call it that. Sure.
So
I mean, obviously, it's not preferable to go back to jail, but
Right.
it was relaxing, I guess.
You criticized religion over in Singapore. What did you say about religion that they didn't like?
Well, many flamboyant things, I think. Like, I tore the pages of the Christian Bible. I humped the Quran. I basically
You did what?
humped the Quran.
You humped the Quran?
Yeah, in
You
a
mean
little.
like you humped it?
Yeah, in like a funny way. Yeah, making fun of like the flying horse Allah. So yeah.
And what else?
And and basically just made points of why the stuff in the Bible and the Quran are ridiculous. So, yeah.
So over there, you're not allowed to criticize the government or religion?
Yeah, you basically get sent to jail for it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. If you're a big enough of a threat for them to,
And so you became big enough of a threat?
Yeah, because the videos were very popular. Much due to, I guess, like my very mass appeal, flamboyant, fun delivery, I guess. It's
Right.
very internet friendly, so yeah.
Every time I read the Quran, the words just resonates with me, If only the world listened to Allah's teachings more, it would be a much better place. I can't believe some people misinterpret it and even say that Muhammad, trying to feel less guilty for his immoral acts, made all of this shit up, said that it was the words of Allah so as to validate his disgusting behavior. No, it can't be. Muhammad doesn't lie. Allah is real. My sky wizard is real. Look at me as I read the Quran. Look at me as I read the Quran. I'm so sorry you had to see that. My love for the Quran and Allah is just a little huge. Got a little bit of sexual there.
What made you decide to go down this road? Over there, how old were you when you started criticizing religion and the government in Singapore?
16.
You were 16.
Mm-hmm.
And so what made you decide to start doing that?
Basically, as I said, like the Amazing Atheist, this guy, he's a huge influence to me, and so he always advocates the importance of spreading the truth and spreading the truth, regardless of pushback.
Right.
And so, yeah, that virtue I uphold, and when you uphold that kind of virtue in Singapore, you get arrested. So.
So did you know you would probably be arrested for doing it once you started it?
Before that, I wasn't sure. I was just like, in a way, I didn't really even think about the consequences. I was just like, I just felt like I needed to do it. And
Were
then,
there people telling you not to do it? Hey, don't do this, you could be arrested?
Oh yeah, sure. There were people, but yeah. But regardless of that, I think I would just, I just thought that I think at that time I thought it was worth it, to take the risk and see what happens.
Do you regret doing it now that you've been?
Oh no, I wouldn't go any other way. So,
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know what the great atheist is telling you is true? How do you know what he's saying is true?
How do I know that it's true?
Yeah.
It makes the most sense to me because what he's saying is based on observable evidence and science and a logical train of thought.
I am conflicted. I don't know if I should celebrate my release or mourn my sentence. Yeah, I think I said that before.
What are your subsequent plans now, then?
Oh, you'll see.
We've had really good cooperation with the prosecution and the judiciary, and so we're all working hard and working together in the best interests of Amos. He's had some strong views and certain things that he has said and posted, which of course has caused some offense to people, and he's been found guilty of this, and when we informed him about this, he readily agreed to bring this down. So he's somebody who is prepared to respect the law.
So you get out of jail over there. What made you come here to the U.S.? Instead of going somewhere else, why here?
Ever since I was a kid, I was largely influenced by American culture from the internet. And so, yeah, because it seemed like Americans are more my kind of people. We speak, I speak in an American accent, which I was like heavily ostracized for while in Singapore because they speak in their own little accents. but yeah, America seems more like my kind of people.
Oh, okay.
So I think I'd fit well here. I think I have been fitting okay.
Oh, good. Were you raised by your father and mother? Were you living with them growing up, your parents?
Yeah, sure.
And they're Catholics?
Yeah.
And so what do they think about this sudden change in you?
They were pretty horrified. I think my mom once said that she wanted to like disown me because it was that important to her. Yeah. But I think after we got over it, and right now, ironically, I think she kind of supports me now, so that's good.
And how about your
Good
father?
trends. My dad, I think he still disagrees with what I'm doing, but I think he's become like nonchalant about it right now, so.
You have brothers and sisters?
No, single child, so.
Really?
Yeah, so which is why, yeah.
Wow, so their only child went off the deep end.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, sure.
And so were you disappointed when they didn't like what you were doing? What did you think about it? Were you okay with them not liking what you were doing or agreeing with it?
Well, I think I don't mind, I would say, yeah. The good thing about, I think that, yeah, their views are never that important to me. I know like many kids, like their opinions of their parents are important to them,
Right.
but me, I'm just, they weren't important to me, and even if they were, I still think it's worth it to, to continue spreading the truth, regardless of all the pushback, so.
Did they spoil you?
Did they spoil me? Well, what do you mean by that?
You know, like when you're growing up, only child, they gave you everything you wanted. You didn't have to work.
I think, sure. I led a kind of spoiled middle to upper class lifestyle, sure.
Are you rebelling against them?
Am I rebelling against them? I think naturally I am rebellious, especially living in that kind of authoritarian environment where they, so I think, yeah, especially during my age, I'm rebellious towards them and all kinds of authority. I think I see an appeal in being rebellious.
In short, what is it like growing up in Singapore? I mean, are there a lot of rules and things you have to follow? What is it like growing up there?
Very authoritarian, restrictive, follow the rules, study, and yeah.
Amazing. And you didn't like that?
Pretty boring. I don't like it.
I was once brainwashed too. Out of 15, I usually got 13s and 14s for these essays. I fully admit I was once a PAP dog. But really, all these spread of lies and manipulation, what do you expect from PAP when its leader, its Secretary General, our father, is none other than our Prime Minister, Lee Hsien Loong. Oh, yes. Now I'm going to talk about Lee Hsien Loong. You are going to be in the That's just like how I was in prison. Lost a court case, got my 53 days of prison, but I'm the government and I'm them well. So who's losing now, motherfuckers?
You were granted asylum here in the U.S. Are you grateful for that?
Am I grateful for that? I feel more of like I'm kind of entitled to it. Like I can, so yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't say grateful. So I'm just like, yeah, you guys should let me in here. So yeah, so
you feel entitled to asylum here in this country? Why?
I'm pretty much like a pro-immigrant, open border kind of person.
Right.
So
why
yeah.
should we let you in though?
Why?
Why you feel entitled to come here? That we should allow you to just come here?
Well, I'm kind of like far left socialist, and so the philosophy of that is just help the people who are in need. So I think, and yeah, and I fit the criteria for asylum here.
And so you're not grateful because you feel entitled?
You could. I'm happy that you guys let me in here. So
right.
Grateful. Maybe you could use that word. Sure.
This is mind-blowing. And so were you let in under President Trump or Obama administration?
I was let in just a few months after. Yeah, Trump administration.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Which many people say that the reason why I was there so long is perhaps due to like the pro-Trump, the anti-immigrant sentiments that Trump created with his administration. So that could be a factor.
The reason you were where so long?
Well, I was in jail.
Oh, so once you came here because you were an immigrant, you were in jail for a while.
Yeah, because that's the horrible thing about the immigration system, which most Americans don't know, is that they treat you as a threat before you prove otherwise.
Right.
And so you have to basically fight a court case while in jail.
Oh, okay.
And during that whole court case, you have to be in jail, which is absolutely ridiculous. Hence,
How did they find out you were here? Because you just came in, you flew in, and did you turn yourself in or something? How did they know you were in this country?
How did I?
I
just came in completely legally with a passport, and then in the airport, I was just, I didn't think that if I told them I wanted to immigrate here, they would arrest me. And so once I was in the airport, I was like, yeah, I want to come in here and immigrate. Yeah, which is very weird because if I effectively sneaked in past the customs and then I applied for asylum, I wouldn't be sent to jail. But
Right.
since I told them right at the airport, then I had to spend the time in jail and wait for my court case to finish, then go out. So it's a pretty horrible immigration system. Yeah.
And so how long were you in jail here?
How
long?
11 months.
Really?
Horrible, yeah.
Wow.
Very ironic that I spent longer time in jail here than in Singapore. Though the quality of the jails here were better. So.
And so what were you doing while in jail?
Just making the best time I could, like exploring the people, talking to the jail people, learning chess. I spent a lot of time learning about chess. So.
And so are you going to stay here, or are they going to grant you citizenship?
Maybe in like 10 years. Sure. Yeah.
So you lived in Chicago for a while. You were in jail in Chicago, Illinois, and you lived there. How do you like LA compared to Chicago?
LA seems more my kind of people, I think. The people in LA seem more entrepreneurial, diverse, creative, and also it's much more left-wing in LA, I think.
Oh, yeah,
Chicago's
it is.
yeah.
It is.
So yeah, I think the people are more my kind of vibe. And also like the scenery, it seems it seems better. Nice palm trees and stuff.
How are you taking care of yourself? Do you have a job?
Do I have a job? I'm pretty much money from YouTube and online donations.
Money from YouTube and all that donation?
Yeah,
Really?
I make just enough to pay rent and food.
So you have an apartment and everything, and you make your money from YouTube? Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Isn't
Yeah,
that like-
just enough. I wish I had more money, But,
You can't do that in Singapore.
I was doing that in Singapore.
You're paying your own rent from YouTube?
In Singapore it's free rent because parents are there. So.
Oh, I see, yeah. So what do you think of Donald Trump immigration policy? I know you just said it's bad, but what do you think of President Trump's immigration policies?
Oh yeah, they're horrible. And I mean, yeah, basically it's been all anti-immigrant deport, lots of mass deportations, preventing people from coming in. Yeah, I think it's absolutely horrible.
And do you think that we should allow illegal aliens to just come into our country?
Yeah. yeah. No, that's the very bad thing. They say that you know, you let people from more dangerous countries come in, it increases the crime rate, and that's the thing. Like, what, 0.1% of the people who come in are actually a threat, and they increase the crime rate. But 99.9% of the people, the illegal people who come in, they benefit the economy. They lead a much more better life than they did in other countries. So I think there's a far bigger net benefit to letting these immigrants in.
But they don't enhance the country. They come in and they drain the system. They rely on the government for free housing, free food, free education, free everything. So you have illegals coming into your country and you don't know who they are. You have criminals and drug dealers and drugs and all kinds of MS-13 gang members coming in. Why should we allow that into our country?
The bad people who don't contribute, who rape and do crimes or whatever, is a very small percentage.
But how do you know that?
How do I know that?
Yes.
Stats and like general common sense, I think. What are you saying, that what majority of the illegal people who come in are dangerous,
yes,
bad people?
absolutely.
Nah, I don't think that's true.
No, it's absolutely true.
How is it true?
They,
like a stat?
Just the other day, a driver, illegal from El Salvador or somewhere.
You see, that's the thing. You guys always like take these anecdotal stories and you all make it seem like these small, isolated cases represents a huge immigration problem when they just make up like 0.1% of the people who come in here, whereas 99% of the illegal immigrants, they're all benefiting the economy and leading a good, better life than they have here.
They're not. They're not good workers or anything.
Well, I think that especially in LA, there are like many.
I'm sorry?
Especially in LA, there are like many jobs where immigrants like do and provide that generally benefits the economy, especially in LA, because. So
well,
yeah.
Most of them send their monies back to the countries that they came from.
Even if that were true, I don't see a much big problem with that.
So
yeah, I don't look at it in a way that okay. I look at it in a way that you let immigrants in, you manage to help more people in the world, as opposed to just thinking about yourself.
But we do
in a
let
country.
them in. We let them come into the front door, and not the wide open door, just walk across the border. So they do come in, but we need to put. Are you for the wall around the borders? President Trump is going to put up a big, beautiful wall.
Oh no, it's ridiculous! Just a complete waste of money. So, yeah, you're pro-Trump for the wall.
100%.
Huh.
Big,
Okay.
and I want it to be big and beautiful and a white wall.
Interesting. Okay.
Are you,
Nice.
are you surprised that I'm for that?
Nah, black conservative. So I get that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What do you get about that?
That you're for the wall. You're pretty much, I think, anti-immigrant, like in paranoid state of frenzy against immigrants, so, which is ridiculous. But yeah. That's another thing we strongly disagree on, I guess.
How is it that you come into a country that protect you from your country, and you don't have a sense of appreciation for it?
How do I guess I do appreciate if you want me to. I guess I do appreciate you guys letting me come here, but yeah,
You're not sure.
In a way, I feel entitled too, I guess.
You feel entitled?
Yeah.
And what caused you to feel entitled? Why should we be happy to have you here?
I think basically a socialistic mindset is you should just feel good if you help other people. So as you said, like before, you're saying that immigrants come in here for the healthcare and the education. Why is that a bad thing? You're helping them out. They're leading a life far better than they would be in like the Middle East or some hellhole they're in. Why shouldn't you feel happy?
Why shouldn't they stay there and fight for their country, to improve their country? Why should we take all these people from the S-hole countries?
Because they're leading far worse and horrible lives. That's why they came here, to lead a much better life. And I think America should welcome them in and feel good that we're helping them with healthcare and education instead of they're leeching off of us. It's ridiculous.
Right here.
Fuck you. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Hey, chill out. Hey, chill out. Hey, chill out. Oh!
Fuck on up to him. Yeah, I like that shit, homie.
Right now, we're trying to get rid of the DACA. You know what DACA is, right?
Yeah.
The illegals who came over as children.
Yeah, so ridiculous, yeah.
And so you're not for sending them back. What do you think about, they feel entitled as well.
Oh, yeah.
You notice that? They try to tell us what to do, how to do it, when to do it. They're marching and protesting. You think it's right for them to do that? Or should they just be quiet and appreciate so that we can say, okay, they're nice people, let's keep them.
Oh no, it's ridiculous. Isn't the anti-immigrant sentiment is completely ridiculous. Ridiculous. I think you guys are like also worried about the fact that there people from other countries are coming in here and changing the culture of America.
Yes.
I think that's completely fine. Why would that be a problem?
You think that's fine to change the culture of America?
Yeah.
But they're going to, if they do that, if we allow that, they're going to end up with the same kind of hellhole they left. All they're doing is bringing their culture here and recreating it. They're not making the country better, they're making it worse. Why should we allow that to happen?
I think to answer that question, it's more, it's less of bringing in the bad values of the culture from their other country and more of creating a more diverse set of
We don't need that.
cultures. I think this anti-immigrant sentiment, not welcoming people in, I think that's like a bad sentiment in America.
Why?
And why? Because I think we should be happy to help out people, providing free health care and education to
Why
people who
shouldn't we
need it.
be happy with that?
Because we're not dicks. I don't see us as like, I don't think that we should just like see each other as like citizens of a country, but instead citizens of the world. So we shouldn't think, oh, okay, what should we do to benefit the people in our country? We should think, how should we do things that can maximize the benefit of the people in the world?
Is Singapore a socialist society?
No, it isn't.
It's not?
So
Oh.
yeah, it's more aligned with your values, I think.
Oh,
Right-wing
good.
conservatism. Maybe you're not as anti-free speech as them, but
No, I'm not. Yeah. So is there anything about President Trump that you like? Do you know that I call him the Great White Hope? Did you know that? I call President Trump the Great White Hope.
cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I like. I don't think I like much about Trump. I think maybe, I guess maybe the only thing I'm happy is that maybe his presidency, because of how horrible he is, it fuels discussion, political discussion, than if Hillary was elected. Now there's much more discourse compared to if Hillary was elected. I think Hillary is less bad than Trump.
Really?
Although Hillary is pretty bad. And
Yeah.
then Bernie is the best. Bernie is the bomb. So,
Bernie is the bomb. You like Bernie.
Bernie's pretty good.
President Trump is outspoken, and you're an outspoken person. Why don't you like that about the president? He's very
Sure,
outspoken.
okay, sure. I guess I like that about him too. And I think that people say that he's dumb, and I wouldn't think that. I think he's the fact that he can. Obviously, he's a very controversial figure. So the fact that he can handle the hate and it takes a lot of determination and like skin. So I think that's some good things about him, I guess. I just wish that he had better policies to back him up. So.
Oh, so you don't like the fact that workers can now bring home more money on their paychecks? You like that?
Workers can pay.
You know, if you have a job, instead of the employers taking out, or the government taking out so much taxes from your paycheck, because of President Trump, you can bring more money home now on your paycheck. Is that a good thing?
I think that's mostly for the rich.
No, it's for anyone who has a job. 80% of the American people are benefiting from this.
80% of the American people.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. You're saying his tax? Are
His
you referring
tax
to
cuts, yes. 80% of the American people are benefiting from that. It's not just the poor, it's the middle class, it's anyone who has a job.
Oh, yeah. You're referring to his the fact
His
that he cut taxes for
Yes.
the rich, right?
No, he cut taxes for everybody, not just for the rich. And there's nothing wrong with cutting taxes for the rich, because the more money they have, they're able to provide jobs for people like you.
Oh yeah, completely ridiculous. I think that it's complete garbage. This trickle down economics thing, where okay, you cut taxes for the rich and it somehow benefits the middle class is completely ridiculous.
And why is that
And so
ridiculous?
why is that ridiculous?
Yes.
Oh, it's just wrong factually, like economically, as you can see from like historical evidence, that just doesn't happen.
How about the fact that he's created more jobs in 1 year than Barack Obama, the socialist that you would love, did in 8 years?
Oh, that is complete. I think that those were the effects of the Obama administration. And the fact that Trump is taking credit for that is completely ridiculous, I think.
You think that?
Oh, yeah.
Why do you think that?
Why do I think that? You generally think that like the policies that he did actually was the direct cause of the job increase?
From President Trump? Yeah, Obama had nothing to do with it.
I think that
Obama was a loser.
Oh, I think Obama had some flaws, but I
far-left,
think
liberal, socialist, redistribution of wealth, black liberation theologist. He called himself the first feminist president. He's a girly man. You like girly men?
Girly. Okay, most of the terms that you said, the whole socialist thing, like those are like good things. So, but I honestly think that a bad thing about Obama is that like he didn't go left enough. Like I wish that he pushed for much more on universal healthcare. Although you are probably already pissed off that like Obamacare,
Yes.
and like his left-wing healthcare policies.
Right.
And I'm pissed off that he didn't go left enough because
So that's why you wanted
right-wingers-
Bernie, huh? Bernie would have gone all the
Oh
way.
yeah.
So what do you call yourself? Are you political? What do you call yourself?
Anarcho-Communist.
What?
Anarcho-Communist.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you're serious about it, huh?
Yeah. So you're a top right in the political compass, like I'm like bottom left. So I'm even way left of Bernie. So I follow like the political ideology of Noam Chomsky, if you're familiar with him. Yeah. Anarcho-Communist.
So is this because you're so young and young people don't have any sense?
I don't think it's because I'm young. Though I will agree that.
Well, not all young people.
Sure.
Conservative young people are very smart, but I noticed that I noticed that liberal young people are very dumb.
Doesn't like a study show that like people who are more left wing tend to be more educated? I think.
No, I mean, yes, they are educated, but they're dumb. They have no values. They don't understand truth.
I think
They're of their father, the lie, the liar. They're just no good, crappy people.
I disagree with you on that.
Why?
I don't think that has any basis in reality. I mean, you have Trump and you have like all the loony Christian right-wingers. So, but you probably think that they're great too. Yes. So.
And so you don't like school either. Did I read that about you don't like college or something like that?
Oh yeah. Like an authoritarian structure, you can't learn and do things whenever you want. Much of the stuff that's learned in school is kind of useless.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So why do you hate authority so much? Were your parents very authoritarian with you?
You could say that, sure.
In what way?
In the way that I think they wanted to control my actions and how I was as a kid.
Oh. And give me an example how you were and they tried to control it.
Well, up till I was 16, when I decided to discontinue school, it was all what the ideal child is in Singapore is to just study hard and get good grades.
Oh.
in subjects like math and science or whatever. There was no diversity of thought. You don't celebrate people who, want to rebel against the government and whatever.
The next thing you should also acknowledge is not that the world and life is unfair and it's not giving you a proper avenue for you to foster your talents. It's just that you suck at it. You say, oh, it's Singapore, oh, it's the world, oh, it's my family. They blame external circumstances instead of themselves because they can't reach their fullest potential. Believe me, it is not the world or the society that is making you not reach your ambitions in life. It is yourself, your lack of logic, ambition, and daring that reduces you, despite of your great intelligence and skills, to part of a proletariat sucking the oblong dick of the government.
Do they get free education over there in Singapore?
Free education. Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's one of the good things.
Really?
Right?
And healthcare is free as well?
Not subsidies in healthcare and college education, I think, can be far better in Singapore.
So let me ask, since being in the U.S., one of your biggest controversies was about the topic of pedophilia.
Oh, yeah.
Pedophilia. You support that? You believe that's okay?
Yeah. I do think, yeah.
You believe
Pedophilia.
that older men and women should be able to have sex with young children?
Sexual acts with young children, yes.
You believe that older men and women should be able to have sex with young children? I'm sorry?
Sexual acts, not like sexual penetration with like really young children, because
Right.
like if you penetrate something in them, you could probably hurt them. So maybe wait until like the age 12, then penetrate. But in terms of like sexual acts, older people making out with young children, I think that's fine. I think that's
And how young?
how as young as they can. I mean, we can hug a baby, making out with them. I think should be fine.
Have you ever done that?
Nah,
You never made out with a child?
I'm not sexually attracted to a child.
Oh, but
Yeah.
why do you think it's okay to do it then?
I just think that because it's completely harmless, there's nothing wrong with a sexual act with a child that doesn't it actually benefits both parties. I mean, there's obviously psychological evidence that shows that sexual acts with people is good, and so I think that it's an ideal to introduce sexual acts to people as young as possible.
Really?
Yeah.
And how did you come up with that? What made you think that was okay?
What?
Did someone have sex with you when you were a young child?
Nah.
You never had sex?
I just had sex. I just lost my virginity like a month ago. But
What happened?
oh, it was she was of age. She was of age.
How old was she?
22.
And how old are you, 19?
Yeah.
So how did that happen?
We felt a connection with each other and we had sex.
You wanted to do it?
Yeah.
That was your first time?
Yeah. Sure.
Why with an older woman?
Why? I'm not.
Why not have with someone your age?
I don't really care about the age.
Oh, you don't care
factor.
about age.
Yeah. She's just she was great and she was just older than me. So, but if she was of my age or younger, I think I wouldn't mind. I probably wouldn't mind if she was younger because I'd probably be afraid if I would go to jail. I shouldn't go to jail, and that's the big thing about why I speak up against pedophilia. Like these people who have completely consensual acts, sexual acts with a child, and then they get sent to prison for like 10, 15 years, completely ruining their lives. Absolutely awful, I think. So that's why I spoke up for it. So.
And what do you think about men who have been accused by women of sexual molesting them and rape and all that? Do you think men should go to jail or lose their jobs when adult women accuse them?
Oh, I think I know what you're referring to, the Me Too thing. Now it's kind of, yes, some people, like, it's not really sexual abuse, like the Anas Asar,
Right.
that's his name? Yeah, but
What
it's
do you
not
think
really
about
sexual
all
abuse.
that? The Me
What?
Too crowd, what do you think about that?
I think that there's a net benefit in speaking up against sexual abuse, though they do get kind of over-enthusiastic sometimes, and like creepy guys, they say that it's sexual abuse when it's not really sexual abuse. But I think there's a net benefit in the Me Too crowd, speaking up against sexual abuse. Anyways, in terms of, obviously I'm against rape, so...
But if an older person should have sex with a young child, that is rape. Because a child can't give consent.
Yeah, I completely disagree with that because, you see, when you go up and hug somebody, if they don't consent to it, you'd say that he's invading his personal privacy. Yet, if you go up and hug a child, he might not completely be informed of what a hug is, but you'd say that, he can consent to that hug because it's a harmless act.
So are you saying that to hug someone is the same as having sex with them?
I'm saying that it's a harmless act. I mean, obviously there are different actions, but in terms of the acts, they're both harmless. And so I think that if they engage with it with a child, I think it should be perfectly fine.
And so how old of a woman would you have sex with? 80, 90, 100?
How old?
Yeah.
Me? How old? Oh, I'm
So you're 19, right? Would you have sex with any woman, it doesn't matter how old she is?
Oh, yeah, sure. Like the oldest I've sexually attracted to is like a 50-year-old. But yeah, there's no problem with that. I don't see anything wrong with that.
What was attracted to you with a 50-year-old? What did you see about her that was attractive?
She was nice, beautiful, creative. Like followed my values. She was a scummy socialist too. So.
Oh sure. Oh, I see.
Yeah. But
and
yeah.
so, do you support same-sex marriage and all that stuff?
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. All the sexual taboos of now, like incest, bestiality, pedophilia. I support all of them. I don't think there's any problem with any
all of that.
Yeah.
Do you believe there's a hell?
No, I don't. Yeah.
So let me ask, you made a video called Pedophilia is All Right. You then made 2 more videos defending pedophilia, and you took part in lots of debate about the topic. Yeah. Were you surprised by that? That they would invite you to debate this issue?
Was I surprised? No, I think they'd be heated up with the topic. So yeah, I was not surprised that they engaged in debates.
Who did you debate?
Who did I debate?
Do you remember their names, their organizations?
They were mostly like right-wing YouTubers.
I see.
Blair White, Andy Worski, like
those
popular people on the internet.
And how was that for you debating them?
It was fun.
Did you win?
Did I win? Maybe in terms of style, I won. Sure. Yeah. I think I'd say I won.
What do you think about right-winger people?
Yeah, ridiculous. I don't agree with any of their policies, really.
Really?
Yeah.
And so how do you see white people?
How do I see white people?
Yeah. What's your impression of white people? White Americans?
They're all right.
You like them?
Do I like? Sure. Are you trying to say it in like the context of the whole race debate?
Yeah,
thing?
right. How the people of color call white people racist? Do you?
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous. I think.
Okay.
That's just ridiculous. The whole inborn racism thing.
Right.
I think maybe there's maybe biases.
But no racist.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say people are automatically racist. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And so why are you so into defending pedophilia? Why do you defend that so much?
Because I think because people who have completely consensual, harmless sexual acts with a child is feeling guilty about it, and they are going to prison for like 10 to 15 years. So, and there's a huge portion of the population that are pedophiles. I think the number is saying that it's higher than gays, and so it is a huge problem. I do think that right now we're we pushed rights for gays and transgender people. Pedophiles, they're the next people who are going to fight for their rights for. So
I believe that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, you say you believe in people having sex with animals too. They should be able to do it if they want to. But an animal can't give consent at all.
Oh, I think they can, especially right now. I think that if we communicate well enough with an animal, like how we train them to give tricks, I think we can perfectly communicate with an animal, and we can identify consent with them and engage in sexual acts with them.
Have you ever communicated with an animal?
Nah, I'm pretty much I don't think I like animals or kids much, ironically.
You don't like animals or kids?
Yeah, I prefer regular human beings, but yeah.
So a kid is not a regular human being?
No, what I mean by regular human beings is people more of my age who I can talk and share emotions with. Kids and animals a bit hard.
So let me ask, do you do drugs?
Do I do drugs? Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
No pot, no marijuana, anything?
Probably experiment with that in the future.
You probably, but you haven't yet?
Nah.
No marijuana, no type of drugs at all?
Yeah, not yet.
Do you consider yourself a grounded person?
A grounded person?
Yeah.
What do you
Meaning
mean by
that you're solid, you know what you're doing, you're convinced that it's right, you have a sound mind.
For some things, yes, or for some things, no. For the being anti-religion and anti-Singapore government, I'm pretty sure about that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What are you unsure about?
What am I unsure about? I think maybe what I really want to do with my life, I guess. Is it help people or just help myself? There's this whole existential 22-year-old crisis, which I think I'll get over it soon. I think it's just a personal exploration for me.
What's your next move?
What's my next move? Make more YouTube videos and online content, spreading more of my ideas, I think. Yeah, like I think, I want to spread more ideas on why people should be more open to discontinuing school, you know, why open relationships are good. You know open relationships?
Do I know what it is?
Yeah.
Meaning that if you're in a relationship, you should be able to be in it with anybody that you want.
Yeah, with as many partners as you want.
As you want.
Yeah.
Really? You're
and
into that?
Controversial. Yeah, I'm pro open relationship.
Really?
So, yeah.
So do you ever plan to be married, have a family, create a family?
Oh, I think that's another thing I'll promote, I guess. I think the whole concept of marriage is completely ridiculous, so. It's basically a license to like enslave your partner, so I'm completely against the concept of marriage.
How about having children? You would like to have children one day?
I think children is fine.
Do you want some? But you don't like children.
I probably adopt. I think I'm saying right now, I'm not into the whole children thing.
Oh, I see.
Though I think maybe I'll grow to like them, I guess.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
And so are you going to trying to become an American citizen eventually?
I think eventually I will, though. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I just need to wait. I just need to be here for like 10 years.
Right.
Now be a
So
citizen
do you
naturally.
want to become an American citizen?
Sure. Yeah. Then I can vote for the less bad candidate. Yeah, that'd be nice.
No, you're going to vote for the wrong one. Would you have voted for Lion, Cricket, Hillary if you had a chance?
Would I have against Trump? Oh yeah, definitely.
Really? But she's a liar. She's Cricket. She can't be trusted.
I think Trump lied way, way more.
You do? But
Yeah.
you have no proof of that.
Do I have any proof of that? Well, the thing about him draining the swamp and then he put Wall Street insiders in his cabinet, that's one contradiction. And then several other contradictions that Politico mentioned and Young Turks. Yeah. If you think Hillary is a liar, no, compared to Trump, I think she's heavenly. So.
What's been allowed to go on for decades is disgraceful. It's disgraceful. Today, I'm defending America's national security by placing tariffs on foreign imports of steel and aluminum because they're unable to make a deal that's fair for our workers and fair for our farmers. We love our farmers. And fair for our manufacturers. Then we're going to terminate NAFTA. This is Gary Cohn's last meeting in the cabinet and of the cabinet, and he's been terrific. He may be a globalist, but I still like him. He is seriously a globalist. The wall will save hundreds of billions of dollars, many, many times what it's going to cost. And we have to confront the dangerous sanctuary cities, which you've been all hearing so much about. California's sanctuary policies put the entire nation at risk. They're the best friend of the criminal.
Will you ever go back to Singapore?
Would I ever go if I could? In fact, I would go back if I will not get arrested there.
Would you get arrested if you went back?
Yes, for criticizing the Singapore government and religion. And also there was a compulsory military in Singapore too, which I also escaped.
Really?
Yeah, they have this 2-year military thing, which I also escaped.
Oh, they want, when you become a certain age, you have to serve in the military?
Yeah, for 2 years.
At what age? 18?
18, yeah.
And so now you don't have to do that?
Well, yeah, I escaped years.
And you don't want to do that? You didn't want to?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Why not?
It's a complete waste of my time and talent, and the military is useless and wastes a lot of money, so I'm assuming
because time and talent.
Yeah, I'm assuming black conservative, you're pro-military.
All the way. 100%.
Okay.
When I become president, when men graduate from high school at 18, they have to go in the military. Serve some time, give back to the country.
Oh. So I see. I think you would like my authoritarian Singapore government a lot, huh?
It sounds like it.
Other than the free speech thing.
Right.
Nice.
I'm for free speech. Do you believe America is the greatest country in the world?
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Scandinavian countries that are more bottom left, far left, are much better. So.
Really?
Yeah.
So why do you go to one of those countries then, instead of coming here?
Because it's more, I think I vibe with the culture here much more.
Oh.
And yeah.
But if you're a liberal and a socialist, a communist, and they are like that, I would think that you would vibe more with them because there are fewer of them here than there are there in those countries.
Yeah, how do I put it? I think America is, I've been more assimilated with the culture in America, and so I think that, and also the fact that if I talk about American politics as opposed to Norwegian politics or whatever, although they're more far left, I think I create a far bigger influence. And so since I think I'm more about the influence, and so that's why I come to America. So,
really?
I guess.
And so I'm going to have to keep up with you. You're very interesting.
Oh, thank you.
At 19.
Sure.
Very interesting.
Yeah, many people have said that. Thank you.
I'm going to have to keep up with you to see what happens to you when you're 18 and when you're 20. And when
yeah. That's what many people say. They're very curious how I'll turn up, like a revolutionary or like a complete bum. Who knows?
So now the question, will I be able to top the awesomeness that I inflicted on the world before I even reach 17? I don't know. That's not important. Probably. So after the highly traumatic experience, what now? We move on. Boats against the current, bearing ceaselessly into the past. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and was it all worth it? We'll just have to see. But I think you guys would be content to know, at least if the motherfuckers don't send me to jail again, that I'll see you for the next video.
One last question. What is a man?
What is a man?
Besides the body parts, what is a man?
You really love asking these weird moral questions, huh? I'll think about it. I'll think about that.
You've not thought about that before?
No, not in that way, I guess. But,
okay.
Yeah, you Christians like these really broad moral questions. Huh?
Right.
Really stimulates the mind, huh?
Yes. You like for your mind to be stimulated, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
You love your parents?
Dad, not quite. Mom, I think I'm warming up to her.
But not dad?
Maybe I could develop a better relationship. Now I'm like, he's a 5 out of 10.
So why don't you love your father?
I think we disagree on a lot of values. Yeah, he's more suck up to the authorities. I'm more of rebel against them if they're wrong.
Is he weak?
Is he weak? Is he weak? I could, yeah, maybe his values could make him weak, sure. I think, yeah. He should be more, rebellious like me, so.
My final question.
Yeah?
Did you have fun?
Did I have fun?
Right now.
Oh, with this interview?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure, yeah, you're nice, yeah.
Well, thank you for coming. I had fun.
Okay.
I totally enjoyed speaking to you.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, glad to be here.
Read the news the other day about a boy they threw away. He went out and shot someone like some Kodak teleplay. He claimed he was confused between fact and fantasy. It seems he spent all of his time in front of a TV screen. He was a television addict.
Do you love white people?
Do you love black people?
Yes.
You understand the struggles of the black people?
Yes.
But do you think you white?
No, let me
Or
ask
do you think you, what are you? Who are we getting oppressed by then?
Black people.
You are one of us.
He just playing.
Let me ask
What are
this.
we on, man? This a joke?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Amazing. Amazing.
Thanks for watching The Fallen State. We need your continued support. Donate to my nonprofit here. Subscribe and like the videos here. And tell everybody and their mama about the show.